What up, YouTube? This is GeoMan XXL here with another deck profile, and today I'm going to do Naturia's. And now this is post Hidden Arsenal 3 and Star Strike Blast. Yeah, it's not quite perfect. At least it won't be. I mean, Naturia's won't be perfect until, they come out with everything else, but as of now, they work fairly good. I mean, got pretty far in locals, and they did good in a tag tourney. Work really well with control if your partner has a good effect card, like effect failures, things like that. Good control. There's actually a friend of mine at my local tourney that I judge. Is actually him and I are actually working on a tag, like a tag strategy actually, using Naturia's and some other stuff. But we're working on that. Now let's get to the deck before I make you wait any longer. Okay, well, first off we have three Naturia bamboo shoots. Alright. Now what this does, it's a level 5, 2000 attack, 2000 defense plant. If this card is tribute summoned by tributing a Naturia monster, while this card remains face up on the field, your opponent cannot activate any spell or trap cards. Okay, very good, point of the deck. Lockdown right there. Okay. And next we have three Naturia Cliffs. And what this guy does is he has 1500 attack, 1000 defense, 4-star. So, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Naturia monster from your deck in face-up attack position. Very good card. You get destroyed by battle or whatever, and you can bring out pretty much anything. Okay, we have two Naturia Pumpkins. Get Naturia Pumpkins, a 4-star, 1400 attack plant. When this card is normal summoned, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon one Naturia monster from your hand. Very good with, if you have Cherry in your hand, or you have Cosmo Beat in your hand, or even if you have Rose Beat in your hand, because you can get out Naturia Beast, you can get out any other 5-star, or you can get out Naturia Barkion, or any other 6-star, or you can get out a very dangerous card in the deck, which is Black Rose Dragon. You can either nuke the field or do the thing where you start removing from play planets to switch a defense position monster to face-up attack position and reduce its attack to 0. Then you have total control. Okay, next I have two Naturia Horn Needles. Now what Horn Needle does here is a 4-star 1800 beat stick. Now when your opponent special summons a monster, you contribute one face-up Naturia monster you control, except this card, to destroy the special summon monster. It does not negate the summon, it just destroys the summoned monster. So Stardust can stop it, but a lot of other things can't. So that's a very good card. Okay, we have one Naturia Dragonfly. Now what Dragonfly does is a 4-star, he has 1200 attack and 400 defense. He's an insect. This card cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has 2000 or more attack. This card gains 200 attack for each Naturia monster on the field. Now, I got him up to about 2600, and I was faced with like 3 Genzos, because it was a Machina Genzo deck, and I had him up to like 2600 and was able to come back. So, I mean, this card's good at 1. More than that, it's a little bit of a dead draw, and it just kind of clogs. So, just do 1 with that. Okay, now to the tuners. We have 3 Naturia Cherries. This is the 1-star out of the deck. It is a plant tuner. Let's see if you can see it. Okay, it is a plant tuner. Okay, and what it does is it has 200 attack, 200 defense, and if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, or card by your opponent's card, including by battle, card effect, or by being destroyed, you can special summon up to 2 Naturia Cherries from your deck in face down defense position. So, you have one in your hand, you want to get its effect off, so you set it. They attack it, or a dark hole it, or whatever. It goes to the grave. You bring out 2 more face down defense. Alright? So, then if you have a 4-star in your hand, you can automatically get out Naturia Beast, or Catastor, or Magical Android, or whatever you want to do. Okay? We have 2 Naturia Cosmo Beats. What Cosmo Beat does is a 2-star plant tuner, and if your opponent normal summons or sets a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Very good first turn. If they go first, they normal summon or set a monster, you bring it out, and then you can tribute for Bamboo Shoot and start the Spell and Trap Down lockdown. Already, Spell and Trap lockdown. Next we have 2 Naturia Rose Lips. 3-star plant tuner. Your opponent can only activate 1 spell or trap card a turn. 400 attack, 1700 defense. Good card. Usually just used to get out like things like Black Rose, and there's a couple other situations you can get out some other stuff. Okay. And the only non-Naturia monster in the deck is 1 Morphing Jar, and that's just for hand control. Okay. Now for the spells. I run 2 Leo Drake's Mane. Now the only reason for this card is just to help run over those heavy synchros or monarchs or things like that. Now this one's effect says select 1 face-up Naturia monster you control. Its attack becomes 3,000 and its effects are negated until the end of the phase. It's just, it helps run over. You can smash into Red Dragon Archfiend, you can run over Stardust, run over any of the monarchs, Scrap Dragon, whatever. Okay, we have 3 Burden of the Mighties. Helps very, very, very well. Can turn the most powerful monster into a weak little kitten, pretty much. Like for example, someone had like a Caius out against me. Turned his 2400 attack, minused it down by 600, because each face-up monster your opponent control loses 100 attack times its own level. So it became an 1800 monster, and it wasn't so nasty. Because it wasn't so nasty at all. And then the next turn I was able to pull out a second one, reduced it to 1200 and got rid of it with a Dragonfly. But, so you definitely want to run these. They're very, very good. Okay? Now, I like these. We run 2 Smashing Grounds. And what Smashing Ground does, everybody knows it. You destroy a face-up monster your opponent controls with the highest defense. If it's a tie, you get to choose. Alright, well, that's basically it for the Smashing Ground. Staples, we have Monster Reborn. We'll go ahead and say 2 MSDs. 1 is probably good. Actually, you know what? I messed up. This MST is to be a Pot of Avarice, not an MST. You run 1 Pot of Avarice in this deck, not an MST. You run 1 MST, 1 Pot of Avarice, not two MSTs. Okay? And you also run a Giant Trunade. Run 2 Book of Moons. Now for the traps. Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment, Torrential Tribute, Solemn Warning. Now, you don't have to run Solemn Warning. You can actually sub Solemn Warning out for something like Compulsory Evacuation Device. That's fine. 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, and 2 Pollinosis. Now, Pollinosis is a counter trap. Tribute 1 plant-type monster, negate the activation of a spell or trap card, or the normal summon or special summon of a monster and destroy that card. Okay, now that is the main deck. Okay, main deck is done. Now we will do the extra deck. Okay, run 1 Catastor, 1 Magical Android, 2 Naturia Beasts, 1 Naturia Barkion. I would run a second one if you have it. I only have 1, so but definitely run 2 if you can. 1 Goyo Guardian, 1 Brionac, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, 2 Black Rose Dragons, 1 Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Stardust, or no, 2 Stardust Dragons, I'm sorry, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Mistworm, and 1 Double X Saber Gothams, or X Saber Gothams, whatever you want to pronounce his name as. But the only reason you do that is because 1 tuner, 1 or more Earth monsters, and that's it. And everything in this deck is an Earth monster. So, that is the deck, and I apologize again for the mess up with the MST. That should have been a Pot of Avarice, and I repeat, one of the 2 MSTs should be a Pot of Avarice. You run 1 MST, 1 Pot of Avarice. Okay, and I will see you guys, I'll talk to you guys next time. Can't really see you, but I'll talk to you guys next time.